Morning everyone, beautiful day in London. So I'm taking you out now with me to go get my new iPhone Pro. So the story is the following. I was really excited about the launch of the new iPhone Pro 12 Max, in which I am actually recording right now. But as soon as I received it, I could not stop to think that maybe I made a mistake. The phone is beautiful. It has the promise of a better camera. I took some pictures, takes great pictures. But one thing I cannot get my head around is it is just too big. It is big for me, it's big for my hands. So I usually like to walk around like just holding my phone and texting, scrolling through Twitter, all these things. And in this new phone, this is like impossible for me. I feel like the phone is gonna fall at all times, and the main purpose that I got this bigger phone is because of the promise that it would take better pictures and video. And from all the comparison videos and things I've seen so far, it is not that much of a difference. So I started getting very annoyed, and thankfully, here in the UK, it is possible to return things within 30 days. So I figured, why not get the smaller version and try it out for myself. So this is what we're gonna be doing now. We're almost there. Just to make a comment, I don't think I've ever seen Regent Street that empty. Thank you. Here it is. So this has been interesting. Who would figure that I would be driving through McDonald's, Apple, that I would be riding my bike on Regent Street when it's like super empty. I'm actually happy that there's not that many people on the streets, which means people are actually doing the lockdown. I'm doing it myself. It's like the first time I left my house this week, which brings me to the second interesting point. My physical preparation is down the drain. It's like probably close to zero. It was only a 20-minute bike ride here, and I got here like almost out of breath. So yeah, note to self, exercise more. This is such a nice day. I'm very happy to be outside actually. Look at how beautiful this ride is. And then people ask me why I love the city so much. Alright, so we're back. So I have here the iPhone 12 Pro, and I have here the silicone case that I got to go with the 12 Pro. So just before I unwrap this, as this whole episode is going to be about iPhones, I decided to shoot it completely on the iPhones. So now I'm using the 12 Pro Max, and after that I'm going to unwrap this and start using this one as well. So I'll just make sure to mark on the video so you know clearly which iPhone is recording what. So let's unwrap it. And as usual, this should come out. There you go. Just remove it easily. The charger doesn't come anymore, so now it comes with the cable, but you need to buy the brick separately. So let's do this. And here it is. So this is what it looks like. And as it turns on, let me just show quickly what there's still in the box. So the cables, this is a lightning cable to USB-C. So the old iPhones actually did not come with a brick on USB-C, so just in case you don't have any, you might need to purchase it separately. And then inside we have I actually don't know what's the name of this thingy that you use to remove the SIM card dock, and as usual you have the Apple sticker. Let's wrap up the case now. This color is called Plum. It's beautiful. It's like a purplish, if not purple case. And it comes with the MagSafe, as you can see here. So starting out, let me do the regular setup here. Let's keep doing this. So as it is setting up, let me show you a little bit how it compares with the 11 Pro. It's pretty much the same size, although surprisingly it is also slightly thinner. As the next thing, I just want to show you something. So as you see on the new cover, that's the MagSafe area here, which will allow the phone to actually know when it's connected to the cover. So let me show you what happens here. How cool is that? Now my phone is actually ready. I think we can do some tests. Let's do it. Out to test the stabilization of both phones. So I'm holding both, each one in my hand. This is the iPhone 12 Pro, this is the iPhone Max. And I just want to see, because the Max should be slightly better because of the sensor shift. I'm testing the wide lens, so technically, because it's a bigger sensor, captures a bit more light and should be a bit more stable. So I don't know, can you tell a difference? So we're back. So I've been testing both these phones for a few days now, and just in conclusion, I will keep what I said initially, and I'm keeping the 12 Pro and returning the 12 Pro Max. So what are the things that I noticed? The first item I was comparing is stabilization, and I didn't really notice a lot of difference between those phones. Both of them do like an amazing job in terms of stabilization. But if you're really looking for it, you will notice that the Pro Max does a slightly better job in terms of stabilization, but again, not too much of a difference. So the second thing in which those phones are different is the telephoto lens. The Max has a 65mm telephoto with an aperture of 2.2, and the Pro has a 52mm with an aperture of 2.0, meaning this one captures a bit more light, but it has a little less zoom than this one, which has a bigger zoom, so 2.5 times zoom versus 2 times zoom. This, I think, comes down to personal preferences for videos and photos. I didn't really spend a lot of time testing both of these phones because I barely use the telephoto lens, and that was definitely not something that will make me decide for one phone over the other. The thing I compare the most in these phones, as you probably saw throughout the photos and the videos, is the wide lens.
And I think this is the biggest difference between both these phones. So the wide lens sensor on this phone is actually bigger than this phone, which means that it captures more light and it should create more of this depth of field and bokeh sort of effect. And indeed it does. So when I was comparing both photos and videos, whenever it was photos of like landscape, I couldn't barely tell a difference between both of them if it was in optimal light conditions. But if I have a subject right in front of me and I was trying to take a picture or a photo, I did notice a bit more of the bokeh effect. So it was a blurrier background on this phone over this one. And the same for videos. And whenever it was not in optimal conditions, so if it was like about nighttime or just getting dark, I did notice again, yes, this phone captures more light, preserves more details, makes it look a bit more natural and less grainy sometimes, versus this one where it degrades the picture faster, I would say, than this one. So is the difference actually really noticeable or that big that would justify me choosing this phone over this one? Very honestly, no. And I think, yes, you can tell a difference and you can see here on the videos where this difference happens. So again, I guess it will be a personal preference. So you may say that if you use your phone as your sole source for pictures and videos, it could make a difference for you to have a slightly better phone. For me, whenever I'm really looking into having quality picture, I will be using this setup with a proper, in my case, mirrorless camera, full frame. So if I really want quality, I would jump to something like this and not to something like my iPhone. My iPhone for me is mainly whenever I don't have my camera with me and I just want to shoot some videos or photos, and it does a pretty good job and pretty similar job. So in my opinion, I don't want to be struggling with the size of my phone or have less of a comfortable experience whenever I'm using it, just because eventually whenever I'm taking pictures, and if those pictures are at a darker scenario or if I want a slightly better bokeh, like then that would make a difference. So in summary, I'm keeping this one. But you cannot go wrong with any of those phones. They're both amazing. Depending on what you want and even the size of your hands, you may decide to go with the Max. And if you're looking for a phone like to read more and have like a bigger screen to watch videos or play games, Max would definitely be a better phone for you. If you want the absolute best picture, again, this phone will be the better one for you. But if you're like me, if you just want a great camera, but you still want this more portable sort of a one-hand setup in which you can use, I think you'll be happier with the Pro. So that's it. I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions and which one of those phones you actually plan to start using yourself. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I see you in the next one.